What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back once again, as I said we would be. We have just played our first game in the Premier League, back in the Premier League against Arsenal. I didn't take control of any of the friendlies. As you can see the results here, 0-0, a 1-0, a 4-3, a 1-0 loss, a 2-0, a 3-1 and a 3-0. Now the game was against Arsenal. I'm going to go through the quick highlights very quickly, and then I'm going to show you what we've been up to while we've been away. So there has been some changes to our side as well, so hopefully you'll appreciate them. And I did already break the rule of signing a how would I say it, our Galactico as such. However, I have signed two players that I think will really benefit this team, so for some reason that's sped up, so we'll play from here. So Pulisic at Arsenal, and El Neni scores that. I thought Pulisic was a Chelsea player, must have sold him. So Whiteman was the reason this goal happened. Over to Laird, who's on loan from Man United, and Jordan Ibe in with a header there. As you can tell, Jordan Ibe's not a player we had before, and neither is our boy there, Ethan Laird. So this is what we've been up to while we've been away. Made some signings. So we've got Patrick Roberts in, as we did before. We've signed a young player called Mikey Johnston, who is tipped to be the next Davy Cooper. Now, if you don't know who Davy Cooper is, he used to play for Rangers many moons ago, which is odd, as it says he's from Celtic. He played for Rangers, St Johnstone, I think, and a few other teams. And we obviously did sign him. But yeah, we've signed Mikey Johnson, who's going to be the next Davy Cooper. Now, we did sign Harold Makudi after what I thought was a half-decent spell last season with us in the... I don't know why it shows you in the Championship there. I suppose because I'd bought him before it changed over. He made 25 appearances, got a goal and got an assist. Now, he did also... Did he only score the one goal? Yeah, he did only score the one goal. Got an assist, 4 yellow cards, 5 in total. But overall, not an actual bad little record for the boy. So we've signed him. We signed Nathan Patterson, who is a Scottish young right back, can play across the defensive line, and we signed him, as you can see, for a £2.2 million fee. We've played it quite frugally, and these are players that I can see going on to be quite efficient for us. I have signed a player called Anton Walks, who's a right back, and he can play in the defensive mid and across the back line. It was just so we had a bit of a reinforcement on that front. Does also have a 3.5-star potential, so he might actually do all right for us. This is where I said I broke the rule. So obviously we had Makudi, who is from Cameroon, and he also can represent France. However, I have also signed Grigoris Kastanos, who is a Cypriot, who has played 25 times at 22 years old for Cyprus. Contributed 2 goals. He's got a 4-star potential. Picked him up for an absolute steal of 1.2 million, and I'm very happy with that. I think it was a good steal from Zebra or Juve, and I do think he will rotate in and out of the side. That's what I sort of looked for with him. But I suppose overall, them two together, we can't realistically sign another player next season that's not from the UK. We signed Etienne Tipple, who is a potential 2.5, but that's speculation. If he tried his hardest, I suppose 3.5. I don't mind him. I think he's half decent for 15, and we'll probably sell him on. We picked him up for 700k from Wolves, but I reckon we can probably sell him on at 15, play him in a few games, and see where he goes from there. The next player was Courtney Charlton, who we did agree a deal for a while ago with Man City. He's got high potential, and I think he could be very good for us. He's a centre-back. He's in the under 18s. I think I've got him. I haven't, but we would like to loan him probably. Picked up Jordan Ibe on a free. He's on 30k a week, which obviously isn't ideal, but he is a very solid Premier League winger, so that's good. We picked Damani Mello up, who is someone that our actual director of football bought, so that wasn't anything to do with me. Kalen Hines is a bit of a steal, 3.5 potential ability, and he will rotate with a Sombolonga and Nemecha. George Tanner on a free. This guy was just because he was a free. I didn't put the offer in. And again, another one to potentially sell on for some money. Riddell Richards, who is a real steal at 3 or potentially 4-star potential there. Plays as a striker. He can play left and right wing. And he's only young. He will rotate in and out of the squad, I think. It'll be between him and Kalen Hines, who I think both of them are quite decently rated. Now we do have Ethan Laird in on loan as a right back option, which is obviously he played the last game. I have made some sales, so I'll start. In fact, I'll start with the loans. So we've got Alberto Balde out on loan, Roman Burrell out on loan, Max Metcalf out on loan, and Farrell Willis out on loan. I sold Nathan Dale. I know that's a very, very low fee, but I really didn't like him. I wanted to get rid as soon as possible. Didn't have the ability for me to go on and say, yeah, I'll be a commander. Oliver Swan we sold, who again not the greatest, but I was told off by the fans for that. Hayden Coulson, got rid of him. Didn't like him. Couldn't find a place for him in my squad. And he made 2 appearances last season, not worth having in the team. Anthony Dijksteel, 1.5 million. I know we bought him the season before. I didn't personally, but he was sold. Bought by us for 2 million. He's been sold to Birmingham. I didn't want him. I told you the plan is get rid of as many non-UK players as possible. And I know I've signed Makudi and I know I've signed Castanos, but I think those 2 are going to be part of my new rule. We have got British right back now in Nathan Patterson, and also Ethan Laird on loan, and even Anton Walks, who is also English. And we did sell Lewis Wing. Didn't like Lewis Wing. It says he's got a good potential ability, but for 7.5 million, I wasn't going to complain. I don't know what he actually came for. He was free from Shildon. We sent him out on loan, played, and there we go, he was gone. So thankfully we got a bit of money for him. In total, our finances haven't been severely impacted. I have put more money into the wage budget. We've got a decent scouting budget, and our transfer budget is still at 12 million, and there's potential for us to get another player in if we need to. But by the looks of it, there's nothing. Well, obviously it says there's not a great deal of depth or quality depth outside of the first team, but that's perfectly fine. So this is how we look at the moment. We've got Piers, O'Hara, Bond, Netwise. As you can see, we've got a fair few players that are going to play in various positions over the course of the season. Thankfully, I think we're pretty solid. I am aiming to stay up. That is the ideal. If we can stay up, then that's brilliant. One draw with Arsenal, who I think are tipped for 3rd. No, sorry, 6th. So I don't think we're going to do too bad, especially with the fact that we don't have the prospect of a European Cup at the moment. We don't have that. That is the ideal. We want to stay up this season. Next season, that's when we'll look at getting a European spot, and I think we could do that depending on the budget we're given, and that would be the ideal. We only have George Saville suspended from his some scrap he had, wasn't it, a couple of games ago. But yeah, other than that, I think we're gonna do pretty solid, and I think we'll stay up. This has been a fantastic episode so far. I hope you are happy with these signings I've made. If anyone's got any suggestions on what I could do, maybe change that up a little bit, that would be fine. But yeah, other than that, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you.